turned it on so that
Yes,
you are
hello?
not turned on more. It's going to be a bit difficult, you know, honey, because this is the time when only mothers...
This is the time of the month?
This
Sorry.
is the time when only mothers with small kids are home. So, and people are usually people are usually after lunch and they start to work again. So, but
Or they
still,
go for siesta.
yeah, or they just run away from work.
Yes. Or they go for the nap.
But as today's topic is going to be very male and female
Very
stuff. Funny, let's hope for that. But this is what I wanted to say, that it's for men and women, and we hope some men will also watch us to respond, as it's not a typical parenting topic, or it's not very lifestyle or everyday. Oh yeah, it's very everyday.
It is every day, yes.
Yeah, okay.
And what is it?
Today's topic is
Men and women.
men and women, and it's quite general, but we want, as we already discussed, the fact that we are completely different, but we attract and
Each other as well.
Yeah. So we want to discuss also these things that are stereotypically different.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Yeah. So because we are not a stereotypical couple. People call you specific, and you call me specific. So maybe our.
So we are original.
Let's call it. Yeah, you say usually specific. Yeah, instead of saying you're freaky. Anyway.
Or quirky.
What are the? As people say that men are from Mars and women are from Venus, right?
Venus, yes.
Is it? And I know that that planets and the whole thing,
The universe and stars.
is something that you really like and you're interested in.
A little bit in astrology, and
Yeah, okay.
I don't have much knowledge about the stars themselves. But
And I would say it's not stereotypically male thing.
You would be surprised, actually. But I like to analyze all the
Stereotypically.
differences or similarities, as well as compatibilities of star signs.
Okay, but today we will talk about something different. So
Especially when it comes to relationships.
Venus and Mars. So what are their stereotypes according to this... Stereotypes according to this division, right? Venus, Mars, men and women, women, men. As I think in our relationship we mix it. But now let's list it, because first thing that I said today when we were discussing the subject, I told you, oh yeah, men are usually leaving clothes or pieces of clothing around or everywhere.
Socks on the floor. That's what she said exactly. And I said, but I don't do that.
And then I said, you do.
And
you said,
no.
no.
No, I don't. And then she said, well, okay, you left it on 1 or 2 occasions.
And you said, well, I only do it when I'm tired.
Or when I forget. But it happened twice. And that was it.
Yeah, I just don't mention it all the time.
Yeah, but
because it's so obvious.
But you're classifying it immediately.
Yeah, but Iman, do you know that
Yes.
yesterday you left your pants and t-shirt in my bathroom? Do you know it?
Yeah, but then I picked it up, no?
No. No. I picked it up.
But it was folded. And it wasn't on the floor.
It was not on the floor.
There you go.
Okay, yeah.
I just forgot to take it with me.
Okay. So one thing is leaving pieces of clothing.
It happened that I took a shower.
How
at
is it
her
with your
apartment.
husbands? Do they leave stuff on the floor or around, or just, you know? I think I really know it that boys or guys usually do it this way, that they leave something exactly in the place where they were doing it when they started or thought about something else, and they just leave it and then they go. Is it true? But
You're speaking generally now.
I'm asking if they have
Yes.
this experience, because I don't. We may also now focus on other things.
But
also.
I'm not like that. I
And this
am
is
not
another-
like that.
and-
That's what makes me different.
And this is also something funny about men, that you usually also say, I'm not like that. I'm different.
That's your perception of
Men.
man and manhood.
No, you. I really think you all do it.
Not true.
Okay.
Not true. Not
So
true.
this is one thing. Another thing. One thing about women. What is it about women?
Women.
Is there anything that is typically women? I remember one day we were lying and talking, and I had a bad day, and I had some. Excuse us, because it's the washing machine just finishing the washing.
Maybe, yeah.
Anyway, and I had a bad day, and I started to talk to
You had a bad day or bad day?
bad day in bed, and we were in bed.
Okay.
And I started to discuss it with you, and you started to discuss it with me instead of just listening to me. And I remember what you said afterwards.
Wait, you mean I jumped into the discussion and I shall just shut up and listen?
Yeah, this is what you said. Yeah, I'm sorry. As I know, women need to be listened to.
Listen to, yes. That's true. Yeah. But sometimes you just...
Can't stop yourself.
you need to add few...
And base says all the time socks are everywhere. Sorry.
But that's not... Yeah,
This is true.
that's your partner, I suppose, yes?
Yeah, but you know, yeah, I can see how boys are constructed. It's intuitional. You just leave the stuff where you are.
It's natural, you mean?
It's natural.
Intuition.
Yeah, it's natural.
My intuition just tells me now I shall dump these bloody socks on the floor. That's my
son.
super intuition. Sixth sense told me.
Stop laughing at me. They may not get it.
Yes.
It's another so stupid about men. They laugh at girls and they think it's so funny.
Not all the men do.
Yeah, I know.
All the men that love the other women.
Okay, but my son also does it, and your son also does it.
You better. Well, they are kids. We need to actually.
Yeah, but they are men.
Teach them to.
They are men.
Yeah, they are, but they need to be taught,
Yeah,
and
I
I'm sure it gradually will become.
What are
natural
other
thing.
typically male and female things? Tell us, please. About girls. They need to be listened to instead of discussion. Yeah, instead of discussing stuff very often, right?
Yes, depending on the situation and the subject, of course. But yeah,
Okay. About perception, it's also
if you want to be, guys, if any of you is watching, if you want to be successful in a relationship with a woman, just let her talk. Listen to it. Shut up. Wait. You can talk later. Few hours, couple of days, maybe then.
or not at all.
That's a recipe for a successful relationship. Obviously, communication is the key, but when they want to talk and speak, let them.
This is your key.
In some ways, yeah.
Okay.
When they need a conversation, that's a different story. But when they need a voice, please allow them.
Allow, because you want to. Oh,
Oh, oh.
you turn some
The
music.
music.
on. Okay, what? Okay, why? Because it leads us to another point in this discussion about stereotypes about men and women.
If I may, some
yeah.
stereotypes, and that's Polish stereotypes mainly, but in other countries and cultures you see that as well. You get relationships where women have no voice at all, and it's only men who are the leaders.
Yeah, but these relationships are considered not to be happy and not to be up to date, and they shouldn't happen today.
Yeah, well, these days you mean.
These days. Yes. Okay. About let's talk about going out. When we go out somewhere, we need to prepare. Are there typically male and female features of going out? Because usually the female thing is that she prepares herself for a long time and a man needs to wait for her, right?
Getting ready.
Yeah.
Yes. Like today, I've waited for you to get ready to do this live.
Yeah, but I did many other things. But usually when we go out, in our relationship, it's completely the opposite.
Well, we discussed some of that, a part of this, in our previous life, when it came down to
Traveling.
you and your packing for the trips.
Yeah, but it's...
To add on top of that,
Okay, so it's
getting
female.
ready and female thing, putting
Taking-
makeup on and getting ready.
No,
and
but I'm saying that it's female thing to take a lot of stuff going out when we travel. To take everything.
yes,
It's more female than men.
yes, yeah, definitely.
Okay, but so why?
Bit of gossip as well.
So why does it take you so much time to go out? But I will tell you why. Because Carlos, when we go out, and we, for example, need to be somewhere at 3 p.m.,
I'm
he
all
starts to prepare himself at 3 p.m. How is it possible
I'm-
that he's late?
So I'm actually, what you're saying is that I'm starting to get ready
Too late.
at the time we meant to be
Yeah,
at the actual
Yeah.
spot or place
yeah, this is what you do.
or appointment.
Yeah. Can you say no? That it's not like this.
But that's not a man thing. That's just
Yeah, that's you. That's why I'm saying that we are not stereotypical in this
yeah,
matter.
because that's
Because usually men wait for women.
anyone could be like that. It's not
Yeah.
a typical man thing.
Yeah, so usually men wait for women. And what should they do then, waiting? Because my son, who is a man, because he always
He's a
waits for
male.
male, and he waits for me, and he keeps on, how do we say, swinging in the chair. Yeah, is it the right word? And he is asking, "Are you ready now, mom? Are you ready now, mom?" I said, "No, I'm ready. Stop asking. I will not be ready faster if you keep on asking." I said, "Okay, I shut up."
But well, you say that to him, and you could say that to any adult even who would ask you the same thing.
Okay.
Because this is your.
But men are usually.
This is how you are. This
I
is
know.
your character, yeah.
But what? Preparing? No,
No,
women are preparing.
saying that it's not gonna make you any faster
Yeah, but
if
this
someone's
is-
gonna
but
be
this is
nagging you
true.
to do so.
This is true. This is true, girls, isn't it? Okay, another thing which is different, and people usually show it as a difference, is shopping. Right? Women usually like shopping, and men don't like shopping, and they usually show such pictures of men sitting like this in shops, while women are doing shopping, right?
But I like shopping.
Yeah,
on the other hand.
I don't.
I'm actually some sort of shopaholic.
Yeah, you like walking around shopping centers.
malls, yes, and
And I
other
don't
shops.
like it.
and
So you are more female in this matter.
I've got a lot of female characteristics.
And I have got a lot of male.
That's why we're clicking well together.
Okay, so let's discuss
I
more.
suppose. Don't you
Yeah.
think so?
Yeah, because
This is somewhere, yeah.
if we were, if both of, but if we were similar, it wouldn't be bad as well. Yeah, if both of us didn't like shopping, or if both of
That
us
would be
liked.
even better as long as we would be compatible, and we are. So
In a different matter. Yeah, we already discussed the foundation of a relationship.
that's already been one of the first
But
topic.
this
That
is-
wasn't that first topic?
Yes,
Oh,
but
that
another
was
thing
first.
is that stereotypical things about girls and boys, men and women, is the fact that guys care about sex and girls care more about feelings. Right? It's just sometimes it's enough just to go to bed for a guy, and girls need something more than sexual fascination. Right?
Yep.
Is it true? No words, no comments. Yeah, so it's true. Thank you. Thank you for your answer.
But girls need sex as well.
Need it, yeah, but it's not sometimes.
And they enjoy it and they like
and
it.
I will repeat this golden rule, which I once mentioned, and I really think it's worth mentioning again, is the fact that girls need things to be fine to go to bed with a guy, and a guy needs to go to bed with a girl, and then things are fine. Right?
Yeah,
Yeah, so it's true, yeah. This is how things are. And it's quite stereotypical, and I completely agree to this. And we are like this.
Yeah. And again, I'm gonna say something you don't like me saying, but generally speaking...
Okay. So some cliches.
Yeah, most people are like that. But
but it's not...
also exceptions where, girls have different views on these subjects, as well as guys. They've got different needs and
I also think that it's not bad to be stereotypical. It's just that you need to be aware of some things.
As long as you are aware and as long as it's working for you, then this is the key to, happiness, I suppose.
Yeah, and just being complete with yourself, right?
And happy with yourself, yeah. Well, being complete with yourself makes you happy.
Yeah, okay. What are other things that are typically male and typically female, and that men and women fight about it or laugh about? Yeah, football.
Football.
Okay, is it with us like this?
Majority of men loves watching football, and majority of women are not really that interested in watching the sport.
Yeah, even if they are interested when it's mundial or where it's a big event.
Yes.
And not
like World Cup
or not
mundial
each game, right? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. So yeah.
Mainly because you get all the superstars and handsome men running around field and chasing the ball as well. Some women.
Yes, and is it okay? Is it okay? How is it with us? I don't care if you watch football.
No.
No, I mean, I like it. It's for me, it's normal because my dad used to watch it, and he watches. Actually, my dad is typically, and he watches the games always. Ski jumps,
okay,
football games.
You don't care that I would watch football, but if I would watch football constantly, you would instead of
being with me.
Yeah, spending time with you, you would eventually get pissed off with it.
Yeah, but you like spending time with me.
We share.
And I like to have time for myself. I am this type of girl who likes to.
But I like that too. I like a little bit introvertism is always good. And if you got that in you, then it's important to withdraw a little bit from daily basis life and then just spend some quality time with yourself.
Yeah, this is something. This is
on your own.
The things you are discussing now is the fact is something that if every one of us learns it, then we really don't have problems with these stereotypes, because then it means we, in a way, don't care what the other half does because we are happy with ourselves.
Yeah.
And being happy with ourselves
attracts.
We attract. And then this man will stop watching a football game because he will prefer to spend time with us, right? Kind of. You know what I mean?
Yes.
Yeah.
Whether it's football or whether it's video gaming or films or spending time with mates, going out.
This is another thing. Exactly. Spending time with mates and going out. This is a typically male thing. People say so, right?
Yeah.
That guys go out with other guys to drink beer.
Yeah, boys' nights out.
Okay.
But these days you get girls' nights out as well, and plenty of it.
And they show off on Facebook then.
Yeah. But like
girls' nights out.
for example, in England, that's so common. That's such a normal thing.
But in
that, you know,
Poland as well nowadays.
everybody goes out separately.
Girls even go on trips together and then leaving a dad with kids at home.
Yeah.
Yeah, and they
Modern world.
Okay, so is it? But when we talk about, for example, a typically stereotypical family with a small kid with a baby, and the guy goes out, and this mom says that she doesn't like it. Is it like this? They don't like it, or they don't like it when it's too much of it?
Well, if
Because I
if
don't know it.
if the couple is in tune, then she's fine with it as long as it's not being abused in a way that, you know, he goes out constantly and then
She's
not,
alone with a
yeah,
kid.
he's alone. She's alone with the kid, and she doesn't get any help nor support. But, you know, as long as
It's half.
it's 50-50, then you know, she goes out, he
Would
goes
you like
out.
to go out with your mates? Because you don't.
I do not go out very often, but
No, you don't at all.
I don't have that need.
Mates. I don't have mates.
I don't have. I'm so. Would you like to be my maid?
No,
No,
you could actually, but you don't do it.
I've got Jensen. I've got different responsibilities rather than going
Yeah,
out.
so we are.
Besides, I used to go out a lot when I was younger. So I'm not
You're
saying
done.
my times have passed. It's just I live my life in a different way. I live my life right now the way I want it to be.
It's a different chapter now.
Exactly. So
And
I'm
the chapter
not.
of going out will come
Yeah,
back.
I don't feel that I'm missing out on something when I'm not going out. It's just this is not for me anymore. This is not my cup of tea right now. So, you know, if there is a good company of old mates you haven't seen in a long while or close friends, it's always nice to go out and socialize and meet, for coffee or for a meal.
Yeah, but nowadays it requires.
It's not my priority that every Friday or every month even I need to tick that box that I've been out on town.
And this is also another
or whatever.
subject that we will someday we'll talk about. It's that we don't drink alcohol, so going out is also a bit different because most of the people
Are drunk.
drink alcohol when they go out, and so for me it's like not attractive way of spending time to go out in the evening because I don't want to spend time with people who drink alcohol because I don't feel I will want to talk to them. But it's something another completely different. We are not talking about this.
And it's not judging, it's just your personal preference.
Yeah, this is what I don't like. That's why I don't do it. And what about other things that are typically male and female? Maybe about cooking, about duties at home. How is it? How is it with cleaning up? How is it with kitchen stuff? Who should do what?
I mean, if you are partners, is you partners on every level.
How is it in stereotypes? That a woman does everything.
That the woman does everything, yes.
And the guy only takes the rubbish out.
Sometimes even not that.
And and saying, my darling, you don't need to remind me to take the rubbish out. I will. How do they say it? You don't need to remind me.
Every 6 months.
Yeah. Exactly.
I told you that I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
So,
exactly.
but that's the joke. But in most cases, yeah, ladies do. Well, that's in Poland anyway. Do most of the things around the house and households. Mind you, it's changing now. The tendency, I think, at least in a circle of people that I know.
Why does it change? Because women are fighting for their rights.
The world is changing. You've got internet. You've got
Cliché.
Facebook. You have.
So women spend time on Facebook.
There is a revolution going now, and everything is progressing with a speed of light, almost we could say, because it's changing so quickly. And this is also affecting the culture and general families and relationships.
I feel
If
like
the woman, yeah,
I feel like a third wheel, but this topic is extremely relevant. My hubby was raised in a traditional way, so even the coffee is made by my mother-in-law. Okay,
But-
so this is also interesting because it also depends on the way how we were brought up, right?
raised, yes. Well, it's the same at my parents' house. My
Yeah.
mom does coffee, and even when I'm a guest and you are a guest, we are being served by my mom.
Yeah, and your
But
dad
it
just
doesn't
sits in an armchair.
Doesn't mean
Mommy, will you bring me coffee?
but for example, I don't behave that way at home myself. I'm more proactive.
In your home, you do everything, and you are somehow used to do it because you were doing it even when you had a wife. Yes, you were doing everything.
Yeah, I was doing many things. Yes.
Yeah, exactly. Although in your home, it's completely traditional. So you see, maybe you
at my
need to
parents'
discuss it with your husband, with your hubby.
But mind you, I lived by myself for a while abroad working, so
You needed to.
I needed to adjust and
To start doing
besides
things.
I wanted to. I left home early. As I was 19 years old, I was already departing from home. That was my choice. This is what I wanted to do. So I kind of always
Yeah,
was
but generally this is like this. Yes, that we.
swaying towards the independence.
But
and
you
being,
don't cook.
I'm not biggest fan of cooking. Not even, nor am I a biggest fan of food itself. I
Yeah,
eat
but people
for
need good food, and you don't care about it at all.
that much. I like spaghetti. I like pizza.
Hot
I like
hot
cutlet.
dogs, coffee, Coca-Cola.
Cutlet.
Hot dogs, coffee, Coca-Cola.
No, less and less, but yes.
Yeah.
Less and less, but yes.
What did you eat today? Toast with Nutella. What did you eat today? Toast. What did you eat today?
No, I eat what I like.
Hot dog. Yeah. Yeah, this is.
Not mentioning all the meals, the cleaning,
Yeah,
etc.
exactly. So it's just
What,
guys are done
Lydia,
for
what did you eat today? Oh, I had, was it?
oats.
Oats. What did you had to, yesterday? Oats. Why? Because it's healthy.
Yeah,
So-
but yesterday.
What did you had Nutella the other day? Speaking of me, because it's sweet.
Yeah, this is the truth. Okay, so closing up the subject about stereotypes about men and women, how is it? Is it okay to fight with them, or it's better to agree to them and to agree to the fact that we are completely different and some things will never change?
It's not about fighting with them. It's about trying to make changes, improvements in the areas where it's
And I think it's trying to.
affecting the general relation between the two.
And I think it's about making the best of it, you know what I mean? It's just using the weaknesses. So, okay, if you like doing this, or if it's important for you, then okay, let's deal with it. Let's do it this way. Because if somebody really feels something, then it will work best, right?
Well, as long as they're happy with what they're doing. But it's also in relations.
Yeah, it's existential compromise,
in
exactly.
compromise, but
Yeah, compromise is something horrible in a relationship because people consider compromising, let me finish, please. People consider compromising as losing something. Even if they say they don't, but they usually, okay, compromise is something that we say we don't, you need to really feel
because
it's the best.
if the word compromise automatically draws another word, which is sacrifice, and when people compromise, they are automatically sacrificing something to get on with the other, right? But you can look at it from a different point of view. And for example, instead of calling it compromise or going for a compromise, just simply make an effort. And that's the key.
Yes, the thing is that
Making
I really think we in Poland, compromise is something we don't like. It's like the last thing.
Who we speaking about? Women,
Polish people. That
in general?
compromise is like, for me, it sounds like, okay, I am giving up something.
It's everywhere in the world.
I'm giving something up.
Not only in Poland. It's
And it's really existential discussion, and it's more philosophical, because when
and she likes topics.
It's just about feeling that you don't give up. It's something that you want. This compromise, let's call it, right? Yeah, a compromise. But because I don't. Do you think we compromise? Do we compromise, or we just don't care about some things?
Depends. Obviously, we've been through ups and downs for
our
the last
time,
2 years.
And our time is dynamic.
Our time is dynamic. Our time is here and now. But I think it helps a lot that we live separately right now. So
this is a compromise.
Compromise, sacrifice,
Or
you name it.
Yeah, or it's the solution to survive.
Can be a solution, which is the most required thing to do at this particular moment.
And that's why, but still, I have your socks on the floor sometimes.
And pants in the bathroom.
Yeah, so still, you
Boxer
can't,
shorts.
You can't
not
avoid
pants.
it. Okay, thank you. Thank you for watching us, and I know more of you will watch us on YouTube, so feel free to comment on YouTube, because we are waiting for your comments, and we want to know what your interests are and what your questions are.
And what you think about our...
Yeah, as this subject, it's actually quite wide, and I think we will come back to it when we
Many times.
read your comments. Because
Comments,
Mr. Teacher. Comments. And so we are waiting for your comments also here.
Comments.
We are waiting.
It's fine.
We are waiting for you want to say. Remember, you may have a personal conversation class with Carlos. He's traveling around Warsaw, and
That almost sounds like he's traveling all around. It's only Warsaw. Not world. Not yet, anyway.
If you also live near Warsaw, it's also possible.
It's also fine, yeah.
Especially when you're near Piechota, Józefosław, Konstancin.
South of Warsaw, basically.
Exactly. So these cities. And then you will see how special it is to have such a personal conversation teacher.
Guys, absolute pleasure talking to you, and
see you soon.
have a good day. See you soon.
Bye.
Take care. Bye-bye.